If you are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact and more revenue in your business, tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Campbell Rapin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers that convert consistently. We'll see you all on the inside. Welcome back, everybody. There is nothing that gets my goat more than people who think I'll just charge a ton of money so I don't have to work with many clients and then ghost on helping get the results. So my friend, if that's how you play business, move along. This is not the place for you. I want to talk today about standing in high integrity, serving at a very high level, and yes, getting very well paid to work with a handful of clients in a boutique service-based business as your business model. I am Campbell Rapin, a business mentor who's worked with more than 400 businesses to create $1 billion in revenue. And we, for the most part, have always built high-valued, high-ticket programs, services, and products. And that's what we do really well. And we mentor clients to create repeatable results. But today I want to talk about the mistakes because I have hosted many events over the last 4 years in my business talking about high ticket clients. And a lot of people aspire to sell higher valued products. And my friends, it's BS to run the line that says get charged and pay what you're worth. What the hell does that mean? And instead, I want you to be thinking about what is the result valued at and how can I help somebody get that predictably. So I've got 6 common mistakes that I see when people aspire to high ticket but struggle to land there successfully. And after I tackle these 6 things, I want to remind you what matters to high ticket clients and what they're looking for so that if you decide to go all in this type of business offer, that you do so with integrity and you see predictable results. So the first thing you need to know is that a high ticket client, somebody who spends more than $3,000 or more on your programs or services, that's the benchmark I am using here in this example, and that's the one I use in my business, because a $3,000 decision is one you kind of think a little bit more around versus lesser dollars, is that you think a high ticket buyer will behave the same way that a low ticket high client is going to. And that is simply not the case. And I tell my clients with great pride, you cannot buy a $9 thing from me and end up a $30,000 client. It doesn't happen. I'm not bamboozling you. There's no tripwire. And as a consequence to that, you need to shift your strategy. So the first thing I see as a mistake, time and time again, is that you are relying on social media to find your buyers. Worse yet, most of you think that when you are using social media, the answer is to say, buy my stuff. I'm cool. This is the program. If you want it, come find me, buy my stuff. My friends, this is a colossal mistake. You cannot use social media as the only way to find high ticket clients. Did I just shock you? Let me help you pick your jaw up off the floor. A few months ago, I had an incredible speaker come to one of my events, the Turn On Your Client Waterfall Interactive Workshop Series, which runs twice a year. And he is a master of Instagram. He's helped his clients make $20 million on Instagram. And you're thinking, Christine, you just told me I can't win on social media. I'd like some of that 20 million. And here's what he said that blew my room up. Social media is about awareness. All selling happens off the platform. So don't think that you can grow your business purely on social media. Social media is an awareness tool. It is how you convey character and trust and knowledge and capability. And to a very small degree, 5 to 10% of the time, hey, I've got programs to sell you. But trust me when I tell you, the selling doesn't happen on the platform. So stop relying on social media as your primary objective and platform and strategy if you really want to attract a high ticket client, because it is not social media that will attract them. It is experiences that attract a high paying client. Number 2 is cold outreach with an immediate pitch. I'm smarter than you. You need my services, and here's where you buy it. And oh my gosh, do we see hundreds of that every single week in our business alone. People, especially on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, cold pitching. It's a waste of time. And whoever has taught you that strategy, I'd be asking for a refund and running as far away from their ecosystem as I can. Because cold outreach that immediately leads to a ask for buy my stuff is as effective as social media is, which is 0. It's not. Okay, maybe 1%. You want to play the odds? 1%. Cold outreach is fine when your goal is to understand what are your needs, what have you tried, what is the gap, and if I have an opportunity to give you an alternate view, would you want that? This is permission first, always and forevermore, before you make a recommendation. And even when your recommendation is happening, you're not talking about price because you haven't determined that their recommendation is well received. You haven't figured out if they want to learn more, and you have to walk the dance. In our business, we talk about this as going from curious to paid client. This is a strategy, a multi-step, nurturing, human-to-human exchange that when you know you have value on the table and when somebody says, tell me about your offers, you're prepared to respond. But cold outreach, thinking you know better because you've done 1 nanosecond of research, is wasting time. It is not a numbers game. A high-ticket client is going to go, get out of my social media. Block, report. So don't do it. Cold outreach has to be done differently than that. The third thing that is costing you a high-ticket client is an over-reliance on automation and complicated funnels. Okay, we've all been through the low-ticket ecosystem. We know what's coming. And truthfully, I don't want to feel like a transaction. I don't want to go through your 25 email funnels. I don't want to not be able to find a human being to talk to. Because a high-ticket client has a high-level problem. It has big consequences, and it needs to be solved in order for me to be a decision maker that's going to want to know about your programs. And so if I need a lot of support and I need a high-level problem solved, I want access, intimacy, and a phone number. Because let me tell you this. Yes, automations can help warm up an audience and they can ensure standardization, but at some point they want an exit ramp to talk to a human. And that is why you can learn about our programs on Work With Me at ChristineCampbellRapin.com, but you will never find an ability to buy into the program without a conversation. Because I want to be sure it's the right program for you. I want to be sure I want to work with you, and you want to be sure that I'm a good bet. And that's conversation. So don't rely only on automation. For a high-ticket client, they want to talk to a human. And nothing is more frustrating than feeling processed by your automation. And then when we do meet you, your automation and your voice and how you show up are so different, we have whiplash. Number 4 is that you are relying on jargon and industry broad strokes of promises that have no meaning to me in where I'm at. Me as a high-ticket buyer has a specific problem I believe needs to be solved. And I'm not wanting to buy a unicorn and 25 million extra things. I want one problem solved, one step, one person to hold my hand. And that's why generic marketing like find your purpose in life, I want you to live the best life, I want you to step out of overwhelm, all sound great, but trust me, nobody is Googling that. Half of us don't know we're in overwhelm. Half of us don't know that word at all even exists. And if they can't search for it, they can't find you. So stop being generic and find the decision-making moment that you have specialist knowledge, specialist expertise, a track record in solving, and then get out there and amplify it. No more generic stuff. That sounds good, and none of us know what it means. Number 5 is a high-ticket client doesn't just want you to be a likable person. I mean, yes, being liked is important, but truthfully, it is not the biggest criteria when somebody invests. What matters most when we are spending big money is result, experience, respect, and a commitment to communicate. I know as a mentor, there's many days my clients will say, ooh, working with Christine's uncomfortable. You hired me to hold a standard, and that standard is sometimes uncomfortable. But you will always respect me, and my expertise is what you paid for. And yes, as a human being, most days I'm really well liked by my clients. You can check that out by seeing our testimonials on our website or on LinkedIn or on other social media platforms. We have a good reputation because we are standing in our integrity. But you've got to shift from being a likable expert to understanding what it is they're buying. They're buying certainty and a result and capabilities, and all of that is more important than being liked. Because truthfully, a lot of us will invest in services, maybe we don't like them, but it's necessary, and we swallow the frog to get where we want to go. And number 6 is if you are only talking a good game, but not walking a good game. Social proof is really important. And I get it. Every business starts somewhere. And maybe you don't have yet a catalog of testimonials or a catalog and a history book of past clients in this current iteration of your business. Or simply, you haven't asked for that. But you should be the best walking example of the principles you uphold, for the results you stand for. And trust me, people are watching for that truth tell. So you need to be curating trustworthiness. You need to be curating your social proof. You need to be asking for testimonials, and you need to not just talk a good game, you need to walk a good game. And when you are walking in your evidence, day in, day out, you need to be honest about the challenges and the wins. Because if they only see the highlight reel, again, we have a trust break. Nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. We fall short of our standard. And if you're not falling short of your standard on occasion, your standard isn't high enough. So let me recap where we're at. And then I'm going to flip the switch to inspire you to go after more high-valued, high-touch, high-result clients. There are 6 common ways that you are missing the mark if you are starting to want to handle high-ticket clients. And for this purposes, anything north of $3,000 is what we're talking about. These 6 mistakes show your rookiness. They show that you are not currently investing in high-ticket programs yourself. And they are going to hold you back from getting opportunity to work with high-ticket clients. And when you work in high-ticket clients, you have a beautiful business, low volume, high impact, high result, high revenue. First one, you're posting on social media expecting the social media to do the selling for you. It will not. You are cold outreaching to people who have not expressed need in your programs, services, or even said, I have a known problem. Don't assume anything. An assumption makes an ass out of you and me. You are using way too much automation for somebody who wants a human experience. You're using generic terms that nobody understands, and I'm not Googling. I want a specialist with specialist knowledge, and I don't see you in that sentence at all. You are likable, but not respected because you're not the most hired resource, because truthfully, I don't hear a strong enough opinion from you. I don't see enough substance beyond the sizzle. And finally, I don't have enough social proof because you're not even walking in your own talk. My friends, these 6 common mistakes are everywhere. And good news. Are you ready for some good news? Good news, my friends. These are solvable. High-ticket clients are out there. They want experiences. They've tried stuff and failed, and they wobble. They need somebody to hold their hand, get the results, show them the way, support them, and hold them accountable. They want results, not time. They want exclusivity, intimacy, access. They want measurable wins. More often, they're not expecting perfection, but they do want momentum. And they're looking for you to see them not as a transaction, but as a human, and you as a business flexing the offer to suit their needs, where they are at the speed at which they are capable of traveling, even if on occasion you have to encourage that speed to speed up. High-ticket clients are awesome. It is such a privilege to sit front row in somebody else's journey, but it should be a high standard you hold. So flip the switch. If you want to win in high ticket, you've got to know what to say. You've got to be an embodiment of what they're looking for, and you need to hold the standard to deliver the results at every touch point in the journey. And if you're thinking, I don't know how to do that, guess what? I know somebody who can help you. Come find us, ChristineCampbellRapin.com. Go win with high-ticket clients. Stop the mistakes. Win the respect of your next buyer. And my friends, it's go time. We'll see you on our next episode. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit ChristineCampbellRapin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master your marketing message. We'll see you all on our next episode.